So, you say you want a Guardy Gang homestead barn lot tour? Or even if you didn't, whatever. Here you go. I'm doing chores. It's July 4th, Independence Day, 2013, so happy Independence Day. Everybody was up late last night. We got home about midnight after watching our local fireworks at the park. It was awesome. They had music and everything, and but everybody else is in bed, so normally the boys get up and do chores, but except for Sundays, I do chores on Sunday mornings before church and on occasions like this where everybody's sleeping. So, I mean, it's 7:30. They're probably up by the time I get up to the house, but I came down here and did all the chores for everybody. That's the kind of dad I am. That's how I roll. Here's the chickens, and they're in their little chicken lot here. Normally we let them out all the way, but we're trying to determine exactly how many eggs we're getting. We want an accurate number, so if they're laying them out in the woods, we don't really get to count them. There's the pigs, 3 of the pigs, 4-H pigs. We got a landrace female laying down there. There's a York. There's a Burke. And their little wallows they built out there. Kids all have them named. I don't know their names. Go in the barn. Shut this latch here. Alright. Here's the big guy. He's also a York, but we're trying to back him off a little bit, hold him to a pound a day, so that's why he's separated from the other ones. As soon as they're completely done eating, which obviously they were standing around looking at me, so they must be out there. I'll put them back together, or send somebody down here in a little bit to put it back together. There's our 3 4-H lambs. They're done eating, and I've untied them. So, a little spot here in the barn. And here's some racket over here. There's the meat chicken flock. It's like 30 of them. So they're in there doing what they're supposed to do, eating until they get big enough to eat. So, awesome. Oh, can't forget these guys. Rabbits, we just have 2 of them. They're Zach and Julia's pets. So, I'll shut off the light here. Bingo. Walk out the barn. But the only thing that remains here is Lance's ducks. He likes the ducks, so there they are. Those 2 big ones are meat ducks. The 2 white ones are meat ducks, and the other ones are, it says fancy ducks. The tall one there that walks a little different is a runner. So I do know that. So there you go. We move their pen about once a week. Jasper, the golden retriever, he likes to come down and help with chores. That's pretty much it. It's a pasture out there that's coming in, starting to come in decent, that we worked up and planted after fencing in that acre. Here's the shop. House up there. Most of you could care less. I see we're at 4 minutes, so whatever. On top of the hill up there, here's my finger. I planted about 1.5 acres of field corn, conventional, non-Roundup ready. So we cultivated it a few times and could have probably done it one more time, but rain's been plentiful and that stuff shot up so much we couldn't get down on it again, which is awesome. Seems to be growing good. Random huge rock with chains on it, to hold it down so somebody doesn't take off with it. Now, actually, when I was disking up this pasture this spring, I hit that thing just on the top, kept nicking it, and I'm like, there must be a little rock I need to get off and get. So I got off and just thought I would, pop it up and set it out of the way. And about 45 minutes later, I had a hole the size of a Yugo, and that rock pretty much exposed. So it took the WD-45 and Dad's little Kubota with a loader, rolling it around to get it on the chains, and popped it up out of there, and he said he wants to use it. My dad put their name on it, or when he first saw it, he thought it was flat enough. He wanted to use it for his gravestone, but I feel bad for the guy that would have to move it out there. So eventually we got to load that thing up. Maybe we'll do it this weekend since it's a holiday weekend. Can't believe my phone's still going here. Same deal with this pasture. We had it. I worked it down in the spring and sprayed it with Roundup first, and then worked it up and got the fence around it, and then seeded it later than you normally would be able to get away with, but it has rained like crazy, so that's worked out okay. There's a shot down at the hill, the barn and whatnot where we were. Tour's almost over. Walk over to the backyard. Sorry, no fancy background music or anything. I don't know how to do that. Here's Danielle's fruit garden. She got 60 pounds or 60 some pounds of strawberries out of here. They're done, obviously. Strawberry patch. She did pick a pound or two of the biggest raspberries we've ever seen a couple days ago, and I don't know, 5-gallon bucket full of garlic, which I thought that would be more than we'd ever eat, but she said we'll use it in the salsa. Potato patch, they're actually starting to die down here. A few of them are turning brown. I don't know if you can see that one there. So that means fresh fried taters are in the near future. That is the absolute favorite here at this house. Onions, about a 150-foot row, growing good. And she has pulled a couple of them. Peas, they're about done. Carrots, that is a bunch of carrots. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but we really didn't have enough last year. So tomatoes, staked those earlier. This week actually. Should have done it a little earlier, but see how those turn out. 3 rows of green beans, which is insane. Because we still have green beans left over from last year. But I was able to plant them with the planter on my Farm All Cub, and it was just working so awesome that I couldn't stop. So I put 3 rows in. And sweet corn. It's tasseling out. Obviously. Started like beginning of this week, and you got some silks on there. There's 10 rows that I planted, again with the planter on the Cub first, and then I don't know, whatever was left here, like 2 weeks later. So, and way back at the back of the garden, you might have even seen it, probably not, but is Danielle's Beehives. So I walked back there this morning because a tree blew over, kind of broke off earlier in the week, and I wanted to see what it looked like back there. And they're back there. You actually can't see them. There's a wood pile right there that is right in front of them. So, and her little garden shed that she puts her bee stuff and things like that in. So, alright, there you go. That's a little tour. I'm going to go in the house and get my coffee. Happy Independence Day, July 13th, or July 2013.